Now, moving on with our agenda, as organizations face rapid digital transformation and demographic shifts, preparing talent for tomorrow is no longer optional. It is strategic imperative. Future-proofing talent means intentionally developing skills, capabilities, and mindsets that remain relevant in a world where change is constant. This next segment will explore how one of Kuwait's largest financial institutions has successfully built and sustained talent practices that are not only effective today, but are designed to thrive in the future. The insights shared in this interview will be based on real experiences, real executions, and real results, not theory and hypotheses. To lead this conversation, we have an HR business partner who continuously contributes to shaping people-centric strategies and has played a thoughtful role in translating organizational needs into meaningful HR practices. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the HR business partner at ASICO Group, Mariam Al-Majadi. Joining her for this important dialogue is a distinguished HR leader who is a respected figure in Kuwait's HR landscape with a career spanning over 2 decades. Known for elevating HR role at one of the country's top banking institutions, for building people strategies with long-term impact, and for driving talent development as a national value, not just a company priority. Please join me in welcoming the Group Chief Human Resources Officer at the National Bank of Kuwait, Imad Al-Ablani.
Thank you, our MC Abdullah, for the great introduction. Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here at the HR Excellence Conference, and even more delighted to have Mr. Imad Al-Ablani with us today. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everybody, and hopefully that will add value today for the audience as well as the participant. And just consider that, or echoing everybody that said, networking is the most valuable, I think, asset in this intervention. So it's not us now. Later on will be available, inshallah, to everybody.
Thank you. I'm surely intrigued to learn from your insights and the audience as well. The world of work is evolving at lightning speed. Digital disruptions, shifting workforce expectations, and global challenges are reshaping the HR. To begin with, let me ask you a question. What does HR-proofing talent mean to you in today's rapidly changing work environment?
Well, I think any organization that would like to compete and stay ahead of the game will take care of their workforce. And building talents among those workforce, because at the end, not everybody is talented. You need to focus and include everybody, whether they are talented or not. And hence, as an HR strategic member in any organization, and specifically in NBK, we need to build up capabilities that really provide support for the organization growth during the coming era or the future. So moving from the classical way of providing the development opportunity for the employees, as most of the organizations do, NBK actually switch toward a strategic training need analysis, which we really focus on the various business lines within the bank for their future growth and try to put a real plan that talks to their growth, their expansion, their future plans, and to be ahead of time well prepared.
Amazing. That's a powerful way to frame it, Abu Ahmed. And given the pace of technological change, How do you see the role of HR itself is evolving?
Again, an HR practitioner, I think you would be always, the advice is that HR should be always ahead of game. You should not be a reactive. We've just listened that being a reactive is not anymore, let's say, sufficient to support the organization. So being a proactive and try always to design your solution that fit your future purposes is a must. Yeah. Now, technology, definitely, it's here. Although that AI is like a fever now across all industries, whether it's banking, telecommunication, financial institutes, government as well. So you need to be prepared very well. You need to put the right strategy to develop your individuals, talents as well, and to prepare, because there is a big segment in an organization like National Bank of Kuwait or any other, let's say, a matured organization, people need to change their mindset. So it's actually a challenge that developing the new generations as well as to redevelop the current expertise that you have. So it's a double effort, because at the end, sometimes when you redevelop experienced employee, that requires a lot of change management, killing the resistance wherever it exists, but in a soft way. So this is the challenges that we have.
Amazing, Bu Ahmed. Bu Ahmed, you've mentioned earlier remaining ahead of the game is inevitable, and also focusing on the talent development, which shift my perspective to asking about employees themselves. Skills today have a much shorter shelf life, and the new ones keeps emerging. So how do you ensure employees remain adaptable to future job requirements?
First of all, your menu, let's say, if I may say that, your menu should be talk to your needs. It's not the classical one. This is one issue. And you need to make a dramatic change within the intervention that you do for the upskilling or even develop the current talents. We used to have long courses in the past. Nowadays, the maximum course that we have 2 days. We know that the people or the audience are less patience to stay long time in a classroom. Yet, in order to mimic the technology and so on, so we, instead of keeping let's say the accessibility for development or training available only in the classroom, now it's available on mobiles, available on laptops, iPads, you name it. So the accessibility now is let's say, the essential or secret word that we are trying to embed. Now, having said that, changing the mindset to introduce any technology enhancement or opportunity within the daily process is a challenge by itself. So you need to create programs, whether it's related to development or even recognition programs, that introduce those values in their or in the employee's DNA. So they think always, whenever there is a problem or a process enhancement, to think from technological point of view, how I can enhance the processes, how can I overcome the human error through technology, and so on. So NBK actually, it's a long time ago, we used to do an academy, which is the regular academy. Nowadays, or let's say 3-4 years back ago, we introduced NBK Tech Academy. 2 days ago, we just launched the new program, which is called Ibtekir. Ibtekir is a program that allows people to look into problems from entrepreneurial way of thinking. try to introduce technology in it, bring AI to the table whenever there is a huge, let's say, benefit that we can achieve through such technology.
Indeed. Since you mentioned the technology into the context, I see that we need to focus also on merging soft skills with them. So it excites me to know what strategies NBK ensures to merge both digital and soft skills needed, like within, say, the 5-10 years.
Yeah, usually when we say technology, we think that it is only technical know-how. But I do believe that soft skill can be really introduced. I know that there is a program that allows people to enhance their capability in tough discussions. Specifically, nowadays, we are, all of us, in the performance appraisal cycle. And it is tough time for every leader to really run a candid discussion. Through AI or even technology, there is a possibility that allow managers to do rehearsal to enhance their capability in communication, how to deliver, let's say, candid criticism, how to put it or package it in a way that really helping the individuals to digest what they are missing and how to come over some, let's say, limits within their capability. So soft skills are actually, it's there. It's not separated from any technological opportunity. It's the way that HR teams, or let's say whether they are learning and development or talent management team, or even the HR management, how to mix and glue soft skills through, let's say, technical skills.
Amazing, Bu Ahmed. This shows a great balance of showing how human we are in HR and merge to technology as well, which is inevitable, and the world is shifting toward it. Seeing in my own eyes how NBK is great in terms of diversity and inclusion, the amazing opportunity that everyone is in getting access to. I just want to know how preparing for future isn't only about the skills, it's all about opportunities from your perspective. And how important is diversity and inclusion in improving talent in your perspective?
Yeah, I think diversity and inclusion, by coincidence, we put it in a certain, let's say, frame, which is, I think, inclusivity means, or at least has a wider definition, not the one that it is, let's say, in publicly understood. Inclusivity means that everybody has the right to be well prepared, developed, and to be helped doing their roles at their best. Diversity definitely comes to me in the bigger definition. We are diverse from thinking point of view. Mm-hmm. We have introvert, we have extrovert, we have people that they are vocal, people that they are great thinkers, but they don't participate. You need to encourage those people, whether from diversity perspective or inclusivity, to speak, to voice their concern, to put their idea on the table, to encourage them that their thoughts, their input, their contribution are extremely important to the organization by providing them with the right environment and surrounding. And this is where there is no a singular, let's say, action or movement that you can do. It's a full ecosystem that you need to create in order to allow people feel inclusive and really live the diversity. Sometimes I have a point of view, even if I'm, let's say, from the male camp and you are from female. But let's think of diversity from thoughts point of view rather than gender point of view. If we really plant the right environment, then these are really guaranteed, respectful. There is a safe environment that everybody can contribute and speak their ideas and thoughts.
It is an excellent way to frame it from the standard diverse point of pipelines and ensuring equal opportunities, but rather giving everyone a chance to speak their perspective. Technology is rewriting HR as we know it. Do you see AI and automation as more of a threat to jobs or a tool to enhance employee value?
This is the common question, is it a threat or not? To me, it will not be a threat at all. Today, AI or even robotics, it's a tool that allow HR practitioners or even any professional to do their job better. So instead of doing some redundant processes, shift it to the technology, shift it to AI, and do more complex processes or let's say, activities. So the simple answer, technology or AI will never push the human away, because at the end, the creator of AI is a human, and who is responsible to develop or allow AI to be developed is human. From HR perspective in NBK, we are ahead of the game so far. We created our own chatbot that can answer any inquiry made by any NBK employee without contact us directly. So why did we do that? First of all, we would like to be really ahead of the game. We would like to inform our employee that we are really walking the talk, because NBK, for everybody, we have a digital bank that's called WEI. And let's say, from thought perspective, they think that NBK is a classical bank, which is it's reside on in most of the clients that we have, or even non-NBK clients. But by launching a WEI bank, we prove that NBK is up to a world-class technology services. And HR as well, we would like to show our employees that we walk the talk. So we created that chatbot. Mm-hmm. Any inquiry from the staff, they don't need to call the HR business partner or the HR practitioner, and there might be a possibility that this individual cannot respond to their call, whether they are busy with other call or not on the desk. So the answer comes immediately, unless there is a more detail that it is required, or there is a specific requirement that needs to be fulfilled. So the HR chatbot actually allows us also to do something more complex. We run away from the redundant practices, and it was well received. Soon, inshallah, that chatbot will be more actually advanced and developed, and hopefully one day we push that chatbot to become available on mobile. It's not available now, but within the system enhancement, hopefully we'll have it on mobile.
Wow, Bu Ahmed, really NBK are ahead of the game when it comes to cutting just operation and making people and HR more strategic. And having the chatbot is a great tool, but when it comes to utilizing AI in hiring and talent management, how do you think about that, and how to shelter HR from unintentionally being biased in the hiring process or talent management?
Well, see, AI is a great tool again. It might help us from recruitment perspective to at least run the fast screening, but sometimes I'm afraid that with that fast screening, we might lose talent as well, because AI requires big time to be developed and be more accurate. And being us as a HR practitioner, and specifically in NBK, I'm afraid to lose any single talent. And I would like to look into every, let's say, potential CV or application and redo or do the classical way of screening. So I think introducing AI to talent acquisition, let's say, processes, it's a great advantage. I don't deny that. But it requires a lot of, let's say, measurement, that you make sure yourself that through AI you did not miss any potential candidate that you can benefit of. But toward that, we might use the AI for the fast onboarding. We might utilize AI for get the candidate more familiarized with the organization, but the human intervention is essential and required. I don't think that we can throw the human intervention, specifically in the initial points that any candidate can join the bank, to be missed by AI. I think the human interaction is very vital here, and you need to really show the organization's signature for that candidate. Because at the end, EVP or employee value proposition, it's easy to be written, it's easy to be spread, but when somebody talk about it with passion, AI cannot do it. The human would do it.
100%. Given the ATS and how it detects certain wording, a lot of great potential out there got lost. I agree with you. Shifting to compliance, Bo Ahmed, technology also brings new compliance questions with evolving labor laws, general data protection, and diversity, equity, and inclusion legislations. HR must stay ahead. So, in your perspective, what challenges do you see in remote and hybrid work, especially around employee rights and data security?
Data security, and I think a bank like NBK is mature enough to really have a rigorous compliance risk measures. So we are not, there is no concern about these. Mm-hmm. Now, the other component, which is, do we support remote working or hybrid working, or we still do the classical way? Well, I think NBK has the capability and resilience to adapt according to the situation. And we see in that during COVID crisis. NBK, just to give you an idea, in Kuwait, at least, we have only 3,500 employees. And from geographical footprint, we are covered from New York up to Shanghai. So New York, Paris, UK, Egypt, Bahrain, recently Qatar, UAE, KSA, Iraq, Singapore, and China. During COVID, immediately, because since I joined MBK, actually, we used to run a disaster recovery exercise on a yearly basis, whether it's on the, let's say, on the mass workforce, or even in the top executives. So when we hit it by COVID, The way that we adapt to the situation was extremely well. We were extremely prepared to have laptops. Actually, we've been short of laptop because one of the other banks bought the inventory in Kuwait. So we redeployed those who doesn't need laptops to those who are really in need. So you can imagine with a sizable workforce around 7,000 employee, the bank run by only 300 individuals. This is only in Kuwait. And the rest are really minimal. So adapting the situation is a part of our nature in NBK. And we do it extremely fast because everything is documented. When there is a disaster, whether it's a pandemic or let's say any geopolitical situation, we go to the disaster recovery processes. Going back to hybrid, when things settled, I don't think that banking industry would go for remote working. It requires a real interaction, whether it's with customers or even within the internal customers. So in HR, we would love to face-to-face interact with operation, IT, consumer banking, private banking, treasury, and so on. So with that, we become more productive. However, we have a clear policy for work remotely because we do believe that, and we learn from the pandemic that there is sometimes condition requires remote working. So we facilitate that based on demand. So to answer your question, no, we are back on-prem. We do everything on-prem, but whenever there is a need for remote working, we do it.
And with the growing focus on mental health and well-being, what initiative NBK is taking?
I can say that NBK is really مدلعين موظفين نحن حيل. And we were privileged that you visit NBK headquarters. We are trying really to build up a great environment around the employee, whether it's from health perspective. We offer the gym, which is in the headquarters. We are keen to really encourage our employees to adapt for healthy and sporty habits. Soon we'll have NBK Run, inshallah, and all of you, if they are not registered, please go and register. We would like to see you there. From mental and health perspective, even physical health, we conduct around the year a lot of sessions. Every 2 or 3 weeks there is a session, whether it's health sessions related to even pediatrics for the employees, families, diabetes, hearts, mental health, how to breathe whenever there is a stress, better health, nutrition habits. So really we take care of that. Recently we've introduced the well-being leave. And it is a privilege for all of our staff, although it's not that much. It's 3 days a year, but at least every staff can go on a well-being leave without any prior notice. Maybe you wake up that you felt that you don't want to go to office. You need just to send a WhatsApp message to your boss. I'm not coming today. It's a well-being leave. And again, to set the example, I took one. So, and I found out later on that one of our CEOs also took it. Mm-hmm. So we try to spread that vibes among the employees. One of the things that known about NBK that we are very classical, and we sometimes don't change things because we are extremely mature organization. I've introduced a request for the executive committee related to reduce the working hours on Thursday. And the request was only for half an hour. And I was actually 50-50% to be accepted or not. But the surprise was, why don't you take 1 hour? And they approve it immediately. And this is actually really showing that the executive management, it's not only HR, it's really in their mind, the executive management, to take care of every individual in NBK from health perspective, mental perspective, and even social perspective.
Indeed, I've got the actual perfect honor and pleasure to visit NBK and seeing with my own eyes how it is the employer of choice actually. I guess with that being said, and what you mentioned earlier, I don't think NBK is facing quite quitting or burnout with all the motivation been injected into the bloodstream of employees. Let me steal some more insights since like the focus has been on Generation Z and the demands of growth and purpose. If you could share with us insights from NBK Academy, and even after onboarding, how to maintain them, like how to retain them on board.
Well, I might say something that might be not well received by, let's say, 50% of you, but again, I don't like to label people. Meaning that I don't like to put those people as a Generation Z, or those are Y, X, and so on. Part of our inclusivity, we consider everybody as a really important segment within NBK. So, the academy actually is designed to fulfill the organization requirement. Now, how do we recruit? We recruit based on our values and competencies. So this is where we ensure that there is a matching happening in the prior intake. So we don't, even if let's say the applicant from the Gen Z generation, smart, brilliant, came from NASA, but doesn't fit NBK value, we don't recruit. So we make sure that whomever recruited for NBK really can fit in our set of values. And it is very clear, the values, and we respect them, and we need all of NBK workforce really to mold it to that set of values.
If you had to leave HR leaders here with one piece of advice for building a future-proof talent strategy, what would it be?
Reinvent yourself. That's it.
Thank you, Abu Ahmed, for sharing such a valuable insights. I think we're all leaving with a clearer vision of what it takes to truly future-proof our talents in today's world. Please join me in thanking Mr. Imad.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
If you may please be seated, Abu Ahmed. Yes. So thank you, Abu Ahmed, and also Mariam, for the insightful discussion that demonstrated what future-ready talent development truly looks like. Your experience reminds us that talent is not born, but prepared. It is built through vision, structure, and belief in people's potential. Now, if you are in this conference hall, you are lucky, because it's time for suspense, surprise, and once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Mark my words. Please welcome Abdulaziz Baydoun, our master of lucky draws, back on stage to elaborate on that.
Thank you, everyone. And indeed, it's one of a lifetime opportunity that we'll be giving away right now. And Personally, I'm kind of jealous because my number is not there. Because, as you know, that you are giving away a mentorship program. So could you please tell us more about the mentorship program?
Yeah. So mentorship program, it's a genuine program that we have in NBK that allows the talents to grow through their career. Mentorship is meant to be an accelerator channel for those talents to really face their challenges, because sometimes those talents, they have challenges, but they don't share it with their direct supervisor. Hence, this is why we created a big, let's say, layer of mentors in NBK, and we actually design it and qualified those mentors to provide mentorship services. Now, I do believe that NBK, and maybe my colleagues correct me because I don't keep counting, we have at least more than 60 mentors in NBK. Yet it is less. I would like to see more. But from mentee perspective, we have more than 250. So it's a ratio between every mentor have at least 3 mentees. And what I'm offering today is a 3 free of charge mentorship services from me to the 3 lucky people, but be sure that I will learn from you. So those 3 mentorship opportunity would be for 6 months. It's based on your needs, and we'll inshallah agree on it, and we'll give you some more or further information about it in the first meeting, inshallah.
Thank you, Mr. Ahmad. As everyone heard, the giveaway is for 3 lucky winners. They will get 6 months mentorship by Mr. Ahmad Al-Abdani. So let's see who's the first one.
For you. So it's
Thank you.
So your number is not here, huh?
No, not here. Trust me. And the first winner is 187. You better be here. Okay. 187? All right. So the winner, please share your information with North Star Management Consultants. Yes.
Mr. Ahmad, you got someone from UAE, from all the way from Ras Al Khaimah.
Yeah, we can do it virtual. No worry.
So please share your information with North Star Management Consultancy, and they will coordinate with Secretary of Mr. Ahmad. And the second winner is 65. 65. It's here.
Yes.
Congratulations.
شنش ما تبين؟ عادي ترى مو جبر. By the way, mentee and mentor, it's not a forcible relation. It's based on your choice. If you would like to take it, take it. If you don't, tell us. Maybe somebody else.
Not maybe, for sure. And the next winner, and the final one, is 139.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how excitement should be.
Yeah.
Take picture.
Yeah. تستاهل ندى.
والله فرحانة قوي 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 والله.
All right, congratulations to. Sure.
اولا انا اول مره او اول سنه ليا في الاتش ار، وده بسبب مستر انجينير احمد رجب، هو اللي يعني اكتشفني في المجال وكده. وكنت من 7 سنين بحلم اصلا ان انا اقابل مستر عماد، علشان انا دايما بشوفه من بعيد وبسمع عنه كتير، ويعني يشاء الحظ ان انا يوم الخميس اكون قاعده معاه في NBK بتكلم على الويل بينج لان انا ويل بينج كوتش، ودلوقتي كمان منتور شيب، فحاسه انه يعني I'm so grateful.
You manifested it. Manifestation.